wife. This person is a distinguished Gambian international lawyer, former prosecutor and political figure known for his role in both global justice and domestic reform efforts in the Gambia. He began his professional journey in the Gambian Ministry of Justice, where he served as state counsel in 1994. He quickly transitioned to the international arena, working at the Gambian Permanent Mission to the United Nations in New York. He later worked for the United Nations Transitional Administration in East Timor, helping rebuild the country's legal system after years of conflict. His expertise led him to the International Development Law Organization, IDLO, in Rome, where he focused on justice reform across various countries. In 2006, Faal joined the International Criminal Court, ICC, in The Hague, where he was appointed senior trial lawyer. He led investigations into crimes committed during the Darfur genocide in Sudan and prosecuted senior government and military officials. After his prosecution work, Faal also served as defense counsel in several high-profile of Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to welcome on stage Mr. Essa Mbye Faal.
Assalamu alaikum to all of you present. Allow me to first of all observe the protocols. Unfortunately, I do not know all the dignitaries here present, but nonetheless, I'll just say I am honored to share this stage with all the distinguished personalities seated on the high table and all of you here present. I say Assalamu alaikum to all of you and express my sincere gratitude to the school that has so kindly invited me to participate in today's events. I am really grateful. I was traveling abroad. I had to make every effort to attend today's event. So I managed to change my travel plans and got a ticket that allowed me to arrive in Gambia yesterday so that I can participate in today's event. I would not miss it for any reason. I did that because I felt I could not disappoint all these young boys and girls who are here today and wanting to hear from me. I cannot disappoint you. I just had to make every effort to be here. I also recognize that every graduation day is a celebration of teachers. I cannot disappoint the teachers because I'm a product of one of them. Anyone who knows me knows that my father was a teacher all his life. He taught at Malfa, at Crab Island, at Gambia College. He taught all his life. And he was also a Secretary General of the Gambia Retired Teachers Union. So I cannot disappoint these people. They are the most important people in my life. I have been asked to talk about a very important topic. But I have listened to the speeches, especially the speech of our learned Ustaz. I salute him for giving such a very inspirational speech. But I thought, after hearing from him, that I have had everything that I needed to hear until I heard from Mr. Moller. That too was very inspiring. And then I heard from my sister, who sat to my right, also a veteran teacher, who gave such a very inspiring speech. I said, wow. And then I heard from our brother, the representative of the Chinese embassy, who taught us about one of the most heralded proverbs of over thousands and thousands of years. Every important journey begins with one step. Very, very inspiring. I know I cannot beat these speeches. Trust me, I cannot. So what I propose to do today is to share with you a few stories. Stories that I believe will inspire you. I would share the story of three people that I know. One of them sat to the common entrance. That those days it was common entrance. And the pass mark was 245. But some high schools were accepting 230. This young man got 241, received no help, could not go to high school. And his friends were mocking him. You cannot go to high school and leave us behind. That young boy was so offended. He worked so hard, sat to the common entrance again, got the fourth best results in the country, and never looked back from there, and became a top lawyer in the world. But there was this other person. He failed the common entrance and went to LK school, finished secondary 4 with no important or significant grades. This guy lived at Abuko. He did not know what to do with his life, so he started gathering cow dung and was making manure out of that for sale. He sold manure and got so much money. At the end of the day, he went to the United States. In the US, not knowing what to do with his life, he started working in construction sites, decided to educate himself. And he ended up being vice president of Dragados, which was the biggest construction company in the world. I am getting emotional when I talk about these stories. And this third person passed common entrance at first sitting. But because his father was an ustaz, in those days, the ustazes were not rated as their equivalent graduates. In fact, my father had to fight with the Ministry of Education to have the ustazes employed as qualified and graduate teachers instead of unqualified teachers, because they had the same qualifications. But this young man passed the common entrance and had to go to Saudi Arabia for university. This man was getting 99% in maths. He said, this is not education. He changed and went to the hardest place for education, in Sierra Leone at Forobe College. Graduated as a telecoms engineer. Today, he is the owner of one of the biggest telecoms companies in this country. I have just told you about the stories of Essa Faal, who represented 8 presidents in the world. I told you of the story of Alaji Sanya, who is now managing director of Cornerstone, one of the best construction companies in Africa, and former president of Dragados. I have also told you the story of Mr. Mohamed Jan, who has built a multinational telecoms company. These people have nothing different with you guys. They started with one step. What was that? They had a sense of purpose. They were committed. They wanted to make it in life. Here you are, graduates. You have a choice. You want to go to the university or some other school of higher learning, or you want to go to Jacaranda, or you want to go to, what's the name of the place around Kololi, where they take all these funny substances. The choice is yours. You go the right way, you succeed in life. Mr. Morgan has told you. Look at him. He is a proud chef and adorned with lots of medals and achievements. That just shows he won the battle to stand for himself as a man. And he did it abroad. Give him a round of applause. But you guys have an even better opportunity than he had. You guys should consider yourselves lucky. He did not have the opportunities that you people now have. So no excuses. I know Gambia is very hard. It is very hard for your parents. It is also very hard for you people. The cost of living is pushing us all down. I don't want to talk about that because this is not the time to talk about politics. But we all know that there are serious problems in the country. But in spite of those problems, all of you should have a plan. And that plan is to make you succeed so that you can help your parents tomorrow. Do you all agree? But in executing that plan, you will be confronted with lots of problems and difficulties. Must you give up or must you fight on? Answer me, please. Do you give up or do you keep fighting? And when you fight, you win. When you fight, you win. But there are no shortcuts to success. If you think that by going the back way you will be successful, back way is Barcelona or Barcelona, and when you get to Barcelona, you don't make it. Do you agree? In the flight, when I was coming back, half of the people on the flight were young boys from Gambia. They were all back way boys, and they were all returned penniless and empty-handed. Do you want that? But there is a front way. And you know what is the front way? Is you can work hard and take a fee in Gambia. Listen to me carefully. You can work hard and make it here in Gambia. Before you go to Spain to pick oranges from somebody's farm, why can't you be picking your own oranges in Gambia? Ask yourself that question. Would you prefer to be in Spain picking oranges for somebody in his farm, or do you want to be in Gambia and pick oranges from your own farm and be selling it to Europe? Which do you prefer? But this is possible. So, you graduates, I encourage you to think carefully about your future. What it is that you want for yourself. There is no success that comes easy. Trust me. So you have to work hard. Have a goal and work hard. And stay committed to the cause. You know, I am now a politician. I want to be president of this country. And I am inspired by one story. I am inspired by the story of Abdullah Wad. Also a lawyer. He worked hard in politics, stood elections many times and lost. But ultimately, he persevered, he stayed the course, he succeeded and became president of Senegal and one of the most successful presidents of Senegal. It is only through hard work and perseverance that he was able to make it. Can you do that? Can you all stay the course, persevere, work hard to make it? Show me your hands, those who can do it. Well, I am now happy because I want to believe that seated amongst you could be a managing director for NAWEC, a top world engineer. Seated among you could be a female president of the Republic of the Gambia. Seated amongst you could be a Secretary General of the United Nations. All you have to do is work hard. I thank you very much.
Assise and the two vice principals at the SMC as well. And of course, the entire staff of the school. Thank you very much for taking us through to this milestone. Now, we want to take you through from the home economic students. Then we have the choir group coming to give us the farewell song. That will be followed by the farewell speech by the outgoing head boy for the drama. And from there, we will be heading straight to the presentation of awards and prizes.